out of the way. I didn't even tell you guys these goals, but you hit them anyway. Or not goals, but you knew the goal. You didn't know the reward. It was quite busy. But the first reward was to talk about the journey, basically, to get to this guy. And share kind of like the prototypes, which Steph can definitely speak more on. I don't know if she wants to pop on and share, or can't be on mic right now. I mean, we can wait for another time, or I can just show them the other thing and you can type it out, or I can just tell the story. I'm down for whatever. Okay, I'll show them. We'll and then if we do more of this, we can maybe talk more on it later or another time. So basically, we came up with an initial design. And had a prototype sent. And what we got was this. Robot Kellhus 1.0. Yeah, you can share the drawings. I thought it was pretty cute, but it didn't feel very Kellhus to me. So there are a few things about this one that were not working for us. One is that he was too light. This is not the color of Kellhus. You could probably post them. Yeah, if you post the images, that might be easier for me to share without having to capture Discord. So additionally, you can send them to me. Yeah, that also works. As you can see, the head is quite large in comparison. Quite large head. Kellhus doesn't really have a big round face like that. He has more of a round face like that. So another thing that we kind of discovered when we got this one was that like there are seams, right? On the plushie. There's like a seam here on the bottom. There's like seams here. And seams here. And so like the lines just kind of stop. And I didn't like the look of that. Because I felt like it looked like, you know, it felt like the attention to detail wasn't there. Because it's just a bunch of lines that kind of stop at the seams, right? And sort of similar thing with like the line coming up to his head, just kind of stops. He also had a tail that had lines on it. And we decided to go to not do that with this one because we thought it looked better. And then the biggest issue, and yeah, some of the designs were like not aligning in the way that we want. But the biggest issue, beyond any of that, and I didn't expect this to be an issue, because I was like, you know, they're plushie people. They're just gonna make the plushie so that it works, right? How do I show this to you? I pulled this out earlier. Plushie on flat surface. His head's too heavy. He falls over. He doesn't stay upright. Now it is possible if you balance him just right that he will stay put. But I was like, that's kind of lame. So that was a big one. Let's see. I've got some images. What's the difference between the last two images? There's just more stuff on the final one. Third is the first set of revisions. Second one is the original drawing. And the fourth one, okay. You can keep it. You can keep explaining which one's which. All right. Okay, that makes sense. I remember that. So this, Steph says, is the sketch brainstorm. Different sketches of robot kittens. And I think these were like kind of the, oh, you're not seeing my mouse actually. But you can kind of see some of the ideas poking through there. Then this was the first the drawing we sent to Fourth Wall first. Robot Kellhus. With some of the sketches, some of the colors. and some details about what we were hoping for. And so they kind of nailed it, right? Like, they sent us this. It's pretty close. But like, for instance, you can see the lines coming all the way through on the sketch. And so when we got this, hey, someone, thank you for the plushie purchase. That's when we realized about the seams. And I didn't like how the seams looked. And so we thought about, like, can we get them to have lines that go through the seams so that they don't end abruptly at the seams. Because we learned a lot from this one. And then I think we got one. Yeah. Okay. So let me show you the next one. So we said that we wanted the color to be darker. So we changed the colors a little bit. With a darker color, that meant a lighter blue color. And we pointed out some of the areas that we were hoping to improve, like the lines. We wanted them to go all the way through. We wanted to get rid of the lines in the tail. We wanted to adjust some of the placements of the lines and stuff, and the dots, to make sure everything was like functional. And we decided to go again we decided against the idea of this because it ends abruptly at the head. We're like, that kind of looks a little funky. So instead, we went with like a more circular design that wouldn't stop at the head. It would just circle around the plushie. So you can see like the dots are correctly aligned here. The lines go all the way through where we want them to. And the color is darker. And you can see like the list of potential revisions there. We also needed the head to be smaller. And I think also like pulling the head back a little bit would help as well. You can see the difference between like head placement. So then they sent us an image of, we didn't get a full prototype version of this, but they sent us an image of what the revisions looked like. They made one. They just didn't send it to us, but they sent us pictures of it. And so this is what they made for the first revision. And there were some changes that happened in this revision that like we hadn't anticipated. So like the eye color seemed different, and we weren't sure if that was just the lighting or if it actually changed. And they did do so we have like the changes that we're trying to make in addition to what it looks like. But let me try and zoom in a little more. Oh, Aika Na Wong, thank you for the plushie purchase. But there were some issues that we had with the image here. So if we zoom in enough, you can see the seams looked a little funky. And I was very concerned about this. I was like, these seams are very visible. And also, even if that's just like again, maybe it's lighting or something, what I don't like is that the lines that go through the seams are a little bit mismatched. And so that was concerning to me because like that's just potentially luck of the draw, right? And like it wasn't that bad, but theoretically, you know, I don't know what the quality control is going to be like. And so if somebody's going to get a plushie where the line is like considerably mismatched, like I don't want that. I'd rather design around it so that we don't have to take that risk. And somebody gets like a plushie that's like not ideal. And then you can see like there's a couple of like weird things on the bottom with lines and seams. And sorry, this is so big. And we were very concerned about the seams and how the design just seemed to like potentially not work for consistency. So so without even having them send this to me to sample, we sent some more revisions. And that got us. Oh no, that you're right. Then we got like I don't remember exactly what it was, but we sent even more revisions, as you can see. Similar photo here. Was that it? Oh no. You sent a photo of the third prototype. Oh, just now. Okay. Okay, so this is so there was a little bit of confusion that happened, and we got this, which is kind of like a hybrid mix of the two plushies. And it did look better. It looked more consistent. It looked like the seams didn't seem as bad. The lines were much better. But I was still a little concerned about like I'm still just concerned about lines and the lines are still like ending in places where it's like, these like these circles around the legs and stuff. Like this one looks good, but can we guarantee that they'll all look good? And then also the fur wasn't as dark again this time. And so we sent more revisions. And that's what this one was. Where we went back to the drawing board on the previous one. Someone, thank you for the plushie purchase. And we decided to go with this design instead. Instead of wrapping around, we went with like the little diamond design. And we decided to get rid of any through lines, any lines through seams, just for the sake of quality control. So like instead of trying to hope that the lines would work, we just made a design that would look good without having to take those risks, was essentially the idea. And that's when they sent this guy. And I felt like they nailed it with this one. He's got the dark fur with the light blue, which I think looks really nice. The eyes are the right color. The tail is like big and fuzzy, and a cool blue. Um, he's got the dots in the right places. Um, the lines don't go through the seams, but they're designed in a way where it makes sense. It feels like, yeah, they start there. Um, and his head is the right shape and size, and it's upright, and he can stand. But he will like if you like if you like drop him, he'll maybe fall forward. But as long as you place him down, like he's pretty stable. I mean, like, see how far we can tip him before he tips. I'm trying to get this. um, Plushie stability test, yeah. Um, but we also liked the like more stitched things as opposed to printed. We just thought it looked nicer. Um, and like again, you can see like the line just kind of ends here, whereas we feel like it feels like it's more intentionally designed on this one. Um, I was a little concerned about stitching initially because I want it to be soft. Um, and I don't want there to be any like hard parts. But like I don't know how easy it is to tell. But so like basically the very thin kind of outline is stitched. But inside it's still just like fur or or fabric. So so it like I mean I can like press it up against my face and I'm not like scratching my face. It feels like it's just I'm big on soft fabrics. I don't even like linen half the time. Um so it maintains its softness but looks higher quality. His eyes are probably the hardest point because these are all stitched. Um, so if I rub the eye against my face, it's actually not that bad. But the eye is harder for sure. If I wanted to use him as a pillow, I probably wouldn't use. I mean, it's actually fine. But I'd probably do this. I mean, this is a better shape for it anyway. The gray looks lighter in daylight photos. Is it a darker gray to me? Yeah, I mean, I would classify it as darker gray. Um, Let me pull up the photos. Yeah, I mean it's very different lighting in here than it is outside. Like the lighting in here is very dark right now. Um, but like I'd still call him like a darker gray. I mean, especially like if this is like a light gray, I'd say this is like a dark, pretty dark gray. Um, Madeline, thank you for the plushie purchase. Here's one promo photo I took. Here's another. Reality Lex. Thank you for the plushie purchase. I already tweeted out one of the Kellhus pictures. Or yeah, another one of the Kellhus pictures. Oh, hold on. Plushie count looks weird without him here. Oh yeah, yeah. Here's a photo of the plushie looking a bit brighter. Or lighter, I should say. With like very bright lighting. Compared to... It's wild how different it looks depending on lighting. Like, what's even real, you know? The idea got started March 17th, 2023. And then 2 months later, we had drawings to send to Fourth Wall. And then it took, what, like 7 months to get the final prototype? Here he is. Here he is, Kellhus. We gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate. Kellhus, look how many kitten plushies we sold. Here, come here. Fifth boot, Brando. Are we celebrating, Kellhus? You're a star. You're a model. Kellhus, I will be done soon, you know. And we can hang out. Ooh, ooh. You knocked over the water bottle. Oh boy. No, he was just trying to headbutt it. He thought it was stable. Kellhus, did you type in Discord? He said uh forward slash. All right. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was playing on stream. That was a video I recorded of Kellhus playing with it last year, so it's got last year's feeds on it. Steph was literally like, just make sure you mute this if you play it on stream. I was like, okay, let me listen to what it is. Went through the stream. All right. I gotta even though the stream's almost over, Kellhus needs his late night routine snacks and stuff, so uh I'll be back. So this is Kellhus playing with the original plushie. Here, let me. Oh no, that's okay. This. I think he got his claw stuck in it.